What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Project Ozone 3. We may have gotten a little ahead of ourselves here in between episodes, so I am going to update you on everything that's gone down in between, and then I want to do a couple things in this episode with you guys, and hopefully we can get those done. But anyways, before we waste too much time here, let's just get right onto it. All right, so a couple things. One, I added more storage because I've been running out of this storage. One of the things that we actually got done in between episodes is I changed the mob farm, and we actually added storage underneath quite a bit. We have run the mob farm, and it is quite good. It works quite well, so we are getting quite a few things. We do still have the same loot bag problem that we had before, but we do have room to expand, and I am working on figuring out a solution for the loot bags. So that has been updated. I've shut it off currently because I can't keep up with all the loot bags, and we have enough items right now for the time being. We don't need it to be running per se. And then what else have we done? So we've also changed, all this looks different. I had to expand this room in here, and I will show you that. So I had to I moved everything off this wall, expanded the room majorly. So we have a big space that way, a little bit of a space this way, because I was running out of room trying to figure out this whole auto sorter situation. So the auto sorter works really, 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 really well. We get a lot of some of these pieces. We get a lot of these pieces. We're getting quite a bit of diamonds and things like that. So it is working quite well. The problem is we can't keep up with it. So the system that I had set up on this wall, which I now have set up here, where we are essentially pulverizing the pieces that we're getting, we're pulverizing the cobblestone that we get out of here that we are sending through. There's pipes behind the wall that bring it into these pulverizers, turns it into gravel and sand, and then we sift through those. We are able to keep up with everything that we're getting out of there. So I expanded the room so that I could add in this stuff over here, which is hopefully going to allow me to deal with all the pieces that we're getting from sifting. So the general idea is I have two compactors here, and these compactors are pretty awesome, I have discovered. So the way that these guys work is you can decide what type of recipes that they do. So this one I've set to only do 3x3 recipes. So essentially what happens is we are going to be piping in all of these pieces, any of these this stuff, we're going to be piping in to, actually we're going to be piping those ones into this one, because this one's going to do a 2x2 recipe. And you'll notice that anytime you take these pieces, if you do a 2x2, it makes a chunk, right? So we're going to pipe in those pieces into here, and as they come in, they're going to form chunks, which will end up down here. Then we're going to pull the chunks out, send them to a pulverizer, which pulverizes them into dust, and that's where we actually, for every one chunk, we get 2 dust, and every 1 dust gets turned into an ingot. So it's another way to double our ore. So we pulverize it into dust, and then what I'm going to do is feed it from there into a furnace, which we will then get ingots. Then it will take it out of the furnace, stick it into this compactor, which is a 3x3 recipe, which will turn the ingots into a block, and then I can pull the blocks out and stick them into inventory, which I think I'm going to put on this wall here. We'll have some more drawers, and we'll just start filling these up with blocks. So iron blocks, gold blocks, all copper blocks, all of that kind of stuff. Now there are a few other things that also combine in 3x3 recipes. Flint, for example, coal, lapis, diamonds, emeralds, those all combine with into blocks. So I will be taking those items out and sticking them directly into this compactor, the 3x3 recipe. So anyways, that's what I'm working on right now, is setting that up. And I have since gotten into these new pipes. So these are called item ducts. They're okay. And the reason I'm getting into these now is because we were having issues with these pipes. If I have too many too close, they don't work properly. They weren't pulling out items out of the second pulverizer, for example. I don't know. I couldn't quite figure out what the problem was. I think the pipes they're meant for early game, so we need to move on. So we are trying these item ducts, which are pretty interesting. I have tried them a little bit. We'll see how they go. They do move items pretty slowly. And in order to upgrade these, we do need a bit more material, so we can't quite do that yet. So that is what I have been working on. Things look a little bit different, although we're still at about the same state we were when I left the last episode. I've just kind of expanded, done a lot of research. Hopefully what I have in mind will work. I just have to kind of rearrange some of this, maybe get the furnaces. Here's the furnaces. Get these put out. We have a couple extra pulverizers just in case we need to do that faster. The issue I was having earlier with the compactors was that I was getting too many of the pieces because we were sifting so much stuff that this wasn't able to, these weren't able to pulverize fast enough. So I think we're going to have to run probably 2 or 3 of them at least and see how that goes. Now, this will be the only one that we will be needing to pull out of to stick to a furnace. So hopefully, you know, 2 pulverizers to 1 compactor. Hopefully that will do. But anyways, the other thing I've been doing actually is I have completed a bunch of quests in my endeavors to do some research, try different things out. So we will be collecting all of the RAK with those. I wanted to do that with you guys on the video. And then I was looking into possibly just for now, at least for this episode, kind of ignoring this for now and moving on into possibly Zeta, because we do have these hemp seeds and I do want to get into growing this hemp and getting into this mod pack, which is called Immersive Engineering is what this one's called. So I do want to start getting into that because this does get into some more power generation, which is very much needed now. We are starting to move up from just lava, although I am actually very impressed. When I had this set up originally, I had these on that one system, and that one cobblestone generator and this one crucible with the blaze mesh is able to keep up with all of that power. So I am actually quite impressed. But eventually we will need to move on here pretty quick. So why don't we just start collecting this RAK, and then we'll get those hemp seeds. I'm thinking, I'm not actually sure right now. I have to branch off somewhere to start gardening. Maybe we'll do it down here as well. We might branch off in this direction. One other thing I did was I moved all my passive mobs over to here because I noticed I wasn't getting any more mobs. No more mobs have been spawning at all. And we need to start collecting like fluid cows and those kinds of things. So I'm hoping that by moving them over there, they're free to spawn. I've also replaced all the cobble with dirt. I might have to take the trees out. I don't know. But for some reason, they don't want to spawn. So that might be an issue if they continue to do that. So let's collect this RAK. Let's see how much we can get out of this. And then we will grab our hemp seeds and start looking into where we can plant that. Maybe we'll go out this way more towards the island, or go off this side. Maybe we'll do that. We'll go off this side. We'll make a little garden area where that's where we'll do a lot of our like mystical agriculture and whatever other botanical or whatever, botanica or whatever that other mod pack is. We'll do all of that over in that area. So anyways, let's take a look here. We have let's go to this one. I don't know why it gives me that exclamation mark, but anyways, we'll go to alpha. So we got diamond mesh that has been completed, so we'll get that RAK. We also upgraded our furnaces to emerald all the way up to endest. I can't do zenith. Zenith is ridiculous. It requires a nether star, which obviously we can't get that until we fight the a wither, unless we have some way of getting like nether shards, or which this actually with mystical agriditions we might be able to grow nether star essence and actually get it that way. But anyways, we did get it all the way up. So let's collect the one for diamond. We'll collect it for emerald, collect it for endest. We got that done. I think that's all for this side here. So now all we do is go into beta. We did drawer, so we made the key, so we got that one. We also did the void upgrade on one of the boxes, which doesn't seem to have worked, FYI, for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why that is. We also got one in Ada. We made the a few of these. We have the compactor, which is I made this one by mistake, I think. I was meant to make the other one. But anyways, we'll collect that. I'm sure we'll use that eventually. Induction smelter. Claim that. Pulverizer, we've made a number of those. We'll collect that one as well. We also just recently made Invar ingots, so we'll claim that one as well. So we will start getting into, I think that was with the induction smelter, we were able to make Invar. I'm assuming we'll make all of these eventually. I do want to go through those quests, but we also did Iota. So we have made the workbench. We've made all this armor up until tin. So let's collect that. So we built the workbench, so we'll claim that. We got leather armor, we'll claim that. Copper armor, claim that. Coal armor, that one's done. Tin armor. And then for some reason, I think it just jumps really high, where we have to have void crystals to make the void crystal armor. And it's pretty heavy. Like, not quite sure why it's so heavy. Not entirely sure where to get void crystals. So I will have to look into that. I don't know why it's, well, if we look up void crystals, they aren't cheap. Void crystals, this guy here. We need to get a factorized, and we don't have those shards though. I think we need an atomic reconstructor. We stick coal in it, or no, I don't think we stick coal in it. I think what happens is you stick coal in front of it, and then it shoots a laser and turns the coal into a void crystal. So we're going to have to look into the atomic reconstructor eventually. But anyways, I think that was all of the RAK that we needed to collect. That was quite a bit, guys. That was... Oh, and we got one from Ro as well. Oh, Certus quartz. Oh, yes, we got charged, which there's a small chance of getting charged Certus quartz from sand, I think, or gravel, one of the two. So we finally got one. So we got that one as well. So we can now start getting into Fluix crystals, chargers, the press. I'm not quite sure. I feel that's more later game than anything. So I think we've got quite the collection of RAK now. We have, that gave us more than a stack, so that is pretty crazy. Is that all? Did it all go in there? I feel like... Yeah, so we have almost 3 stacks, so I definitely want to get a chest by the end of this episode. But anyways, let's grab our hemp seed. I think it's in this one. Hemp. Nope. It's going to be in this storage. Hemp seed. Here we go. So industrial hemp seeds. Oh, actually, the one I want is... actually, is it the industrial? Is it the hemp seed? Is that the one I want? So if we go to Zeta... Yeah, hemp seeds. Yeah, okay, so let's grab us, we gotta make us some dirt real quick here. So let's grab some of this, and this, and this. And we'll leave the apples for now. Apples are pretty good food. Although that is a lot, like that's a lot of apples. We can definitely turn a lot of that into dirt for sure. Here's our fancy dancy dirt creation machine. Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't be turning that into dirt. No thanks. Alright, I'm just going to add some apples in there, and then I'm going to get some cobblestone, and then we're going to meet out on this side, and we're going to build a little layer. We do need to wait for the dirt to be built, so I'm going to do that. And then we'll build something out here where we can start planting some hemp seeds, and I will explain kind of what we're going to be doing with that. We are going to be trying to upgrade those seeds as well, so I'll get into that. But yeah, let me just wait for this dirt to get built. I'll gather some supplies and we'll get started. All right, so I have made a beautiful platform out here away from center. I know it's gorgeous. Obviously, we'll prettify this up a little bit later. I'm sure I'll probably fill this all in with cobblestone eventually. Although I'm really starting to hate cobblestone. It's everywhere. But anyways, so we have this little tiny thing of dirt. I'm obviously going to make this bigger once we get going, but I just want something to get started with. I placed a water source underneath this block here. So we're going to use that one for now. So we need to plant what's called these crop sticks. So the way this works is you plant the crop sticks first, and then you place the industrial hemp seeds inside just like that, and then we wait for them to grow. Once they grow, we will be harvesting it, and then what we want is we need to build something called a seed analyzer, which is this guy here, and this way we can analyze the seed that we need, that we get, and as they get a score, so they get like a 111 to begin with, and then when you breed 2 or 4 111s together, they will create a new hemp plant that is better. So it might be a 222 or a 232 or something like that, and then you just slowly breed them together and hopefully work your way up to a 10-10-10 is what we want with all of our crops. So now this is really slow, so we might have to look at other ways of like watering this. I know there's sprinklers that we might be able to use, but we have to get water sources, so we might have to look into an infinite water source of some kind that we can use to just feed the sprinklers to get the growth, because you can't bone meal these. That doesn't work in this one. So there we go, that is planted. I do have another one, so maybe we should plant both, and then we at least have the 2. So why don't we plant this one? We'll plant this one here. We'll do the same thing, and you can't plant the crop sticks after you plant the seed, so it's really important to remember to plant the crop sticks first so that you can actually do this properly. I can't remember what happens. Well, you can't breed them without the crop sticks, essentially, is how the mod works. So you definitely need those. So we are done with that. So now all we need to do is make this seed analyzer. And I think the only thing I'm missing is, what was that? Computer controlled seed analyzer. My goodness. We just need a stain glass. We need a pane of glass. Do we have glass panes? No. Do we have glass? That is the next question. We don't. Not there. I think we might have. Yeah, we do have some glass there. Panes are like that. Yes. Now we have a pane of glass. We also need a couple sticks and a stone slab. Stone slab we can get real quick here, like so. And the other thing we needed was the sticks, which we don't have because I turned them all into crop sticks. So there's something. Oh, it didn't work this time. Usually typing T doesn't work. It kicks me out of the inventory for some reason. But anyways, we can now make the seed analyzer. So let's do that. That is done. We'll go place this down by the seeds, and once we get some, we can analyze these seeds. Where do we want to put this thing? Maybe we'll put it right here in this corner. Get rid of that. Put the seed analyzer. So essentially all you do is put your seed in here, and then it analyzes it, and then you take your seed out and it will tell you what the score is for that seed. Now these, oh yeah, this one's at 25%. This one's still at 12%. So it is growing. It is slow. But we are going to, there's something else I want, because there's like shears or something. Plant clippers, I think is what they're called. And they help give more, it's like shears where it lets you get clippers. Is that what the want? Plant clippers. Right click on crops to obtain clippings. Clippings can be planted on other crops. Success of planting is based on strength. Yeah, apparently this helps us get a bit more faster or something like that. So we are only missing shears. We're missing, oh, we only have 1 iron in our inventory. That will not do. Good thing we have endless supplies of iron. We have so much, we are drowning in iron. So let's make us shears, and now let's make us some clippers. There we go. So once that is up to mature, is what it's called, once it's at 100%, we will clip it and we will see what we get from that. So I'm just gonna do a couple things. We're just gonna wait, and once these are mature, we'll clip them and we'll analyze them, and then we'll see how many clippings we get, and then we can try and actually mate some of them together to get much better seeds. Alright guys, but I just realized that it is, this episode is already getting a little bit long, so I'm going to end it here. But before we end, I wanted to use some of that rack that we have and open up some chests. So let's grab that rack real quick here. RAK, and hopefully we can get some good loot. So we have opened, go to rewards. Okay, we've gotten a basic, we got a good. Let's try and get a greater. So that takes 40. So let's check that and claim it. There we go. And how of an epic chest is 80. We'll detect. Oh, that sounds like so much. Okay, we'll claim that. Perfect. Now, how much of this do we have left? We have not very much left. We have 65 left, so we won't be able to do anything after that. But let's open up these chests. I know it's been, I've said it a couple times, and then I keep forgetting by the end of the episodes to actually do this. All right, which is which? Standard. I'm not, I don't remember. All right, let's open up this chest. The legendary. We have an Endist kit. Nice. Very nice. That allows us to upgrade a an emerald chest to an Endist chest, I do believe. If we go back to alpha and we go to, so Endist, an emerald chest, we get to upgrade for free to a Endist. So that is awesome. And we get a witherless rose. With the nether stars enchanting this rose, the holder is protected from withering. Ooh, that is very nice, especially if we are off hunting wither skeletons or something like that. We can carry this and we won't get the effects of wither. Well, that's cool. Okay, awesome. Well, yeah, that is going to do it for the episode today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and we will get more into the plants and things like that next episode. But thank you again for joining me today. If you liked it, feel free to smash that like button, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Click the little bell icon so you can be notified when I drop more episodes just like this one. All right, guys, I love you so much. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next episode.